Good morning YouTube and welcome back to the vlog. This video this week is going to be a little bit of a week in the life, a week of training, things that I eat and just getting back into the swing of things, obviously post-holiday. Vietnam was genuinely incredible and a very last minute and impromptu trip, but we had so much fun. But I am very excited to get back into routine. Every time I go away, it makes me really grateful for, I guess, the routine, our house, and the life I live, because I'm always craving getting back into my routine. So we are fully back in the swing of training, eating well, getting fight ready, all those sort of things. So today is Monday. I have just gone for a run. I did 4Ks in total, so nothing huge, but I did a 500-meter warm-up, and then 3Ks at like tempo or hard pace, and then 500 meters cool down. And then I have just gotten back and gotten ready for work because I have some patients today, as well as lots of uni and study to do, which is not going to be very fun. But I'm just about to make some breakfast, have a coffee, and then I will get stuck into my workday. So now eat this, and then it will 4 rounds of pads, and then I was just sweating it, bro. So yeah, obviously your body and you gotta rest up. Brekkie is sorted. I have got an egg and bacon muffin and then some zucchini on the side and some cherry tomatoes. Just trying to up my fiber, keeping up your fiber or keeping your fiber high throughout like your entire, I guess, diet. And if you are like in a weight cutting period, is really, really helpful, because then when it comes to that final week and you do cut fiber, you actually see a drop in your weight. Rather, if your fiber's not high enough, then it doesn't really do anything. Plus obviously fiber is just good for our health in general. So my focus at the moment is just to get back to eating well, get my weight a little bit closer to fight weight, and just tidy things up diet-wise. Really eat in a way that feels good for me and my body. So nothing crazily exciting. Bacon, egg whites, muffin, and then obviously, yeah, some veg on the side, coffee, water. So I am going to eat this, and then it will be time to start my workday. Can't really bother this morning. Woke up and I was quite tired. I've been sleeping very, very well since getting back from Vietnam. I think that I am just back in the swing of training and it's just taking a toll on my body, which is expected and part of the process. So I'm just trying to sleep and recover as well as I can. It's currently 12:15 and I have just been in with patients and then stuck watching lectures for the first half of today. I'm feeling a little bit flat, but I always feel flat at lunchtime. I don't know what it is. I just get this like random midday dump, but anyway. I just had some lunch. I just had beef mince, pumpkin, Brussels, carrots, beetroot, lettuce. I cooked extra, so I'm gonna pop it in a container for tomorrow's lunch. Basically, my focus at the moment in regards to food or how I'm sort of approaching things, I think I've mentioned to you guys before, I work with a dietitian. This is actually something I get asked a lot as well, both in practice, but also with the S&C clients, is whether I give nutrition advice or help people with food. The short answer is no. I'm a huge believer in people sticking in their lane, particularly health professionals. As a chiropractor and a strength and conditioning coach, they are my areas of knowledge and expertise. Yes, I do have a great foundational understanding of nutrition, and obviously being in a weight category sport and even just my own journey and, you know, even doing units at uni that are based around nutrition, I do have a good understanding, but it's not my area of specialty. And there are so many people out there that are better educated, better informed, and can give you the advice that you're looking for. I don't know. I actually am like relatively passionate about that one. I feel as though there's a lot of people out there that give advice for nutrition, food, diet plans, macros, etc. And I get it. And I know that people want to be guided when it comes to those sort of things. But I really do think that investing in somebody who has done years and a university degree to understand dietetics and nutrition is so important and so valuable. So that's just my little 2 cents on that. But yes, I am basically just eating really nice and clean, good food, sticking to my plan. I am on a plan. I'm not counting calories or anything like that. I'm just following what's sort of like prescribed for me, and I get like meal builders. So he tells me like how much protein, how much carbs, how much fats, and like examples of each. So that's basically how I work things at the moment, and what I find works for me. I do think I could do it myself, and there are times where I have done it myself, but at the moment I'm just really craving some structure and someone to hold me accountable, which is why I'm obviously working with my dietitian. So yeah, but I am going to make tomorrow's lunch so that I don't have to think about it tomorrow. So I'll show you what I had for lunch today and what I'm having tomorrow. So I have mince that obviously is left over. I did a big cook up, and then pumpkin. I'm just gonna pop all the hot ingredients together so that I can like microwave them, and then I will add in the cheese and lettuce and beetroot and stuff tomorrow when I'm ready to eat. But I find batch cooking just so helpful, because like cooking a feed like this every day is like just a little bit unrealistic and high maintenance. But if you cook like, you know, for 2 or 3, then you've got it for a couple of days and you can cook it again fresh. So if you're not like a huge fan of meal prep, or like eating meal prep for like days and days and days, then I just sort of like ingredient prep like this, and you can change things around. You can also like just have it for a couple of days and then change the meal completely and cook again in a couple of days time. I go for really easy things that I can genuinely just shove on a pan, pop them in the oven, and then go do something while I was cooking, because I don't really have the time, nor do I have the desire to spend ages in the kitchen organizing everything. So yes, that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pop this in the fridge, and then I'm probably going to make a coffee and get back to work. Good morning and happy Tuesday. I was horrible yesterday and I didn't film very much. I honestly was very, very busy. I was with patients. Then I had a lot of uni work to do, a lot of just general like work. And then I had more patients in the afternoon, and then I headed to training. Jamie was also away over the weekend, so I didn't really get to see him because he got home really, really late Sunday night. So we had a little bit of a catch up before I then went to training, and then I didn't get home from training until like 8:15. Had dinner, and then it was straight to bed. And today I am feeling tired, to be honest. I just had a sleep where I was just awake and asleep and awake and asleep so much. I think my recovery is not too bad. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, we're in the green. We have an 83% recovery and 93% sleep. So not too bad. How many hours did I sleep? 8 hours and 15 minutes. So that, I really can't complain. That's not too bad. I always take this data with a grain of salt. I will be honest. Like, tracking and wearables are awesome, but the accuracy can be a little bit hit and miss. And I also think that with sport, sometimes like data is good, but sometimes data can also affect the way that you then feel or approach your day. So don't rely everything on it. I don't put, you know, the weight of the world and all the data that comes back in the morning when I wake up. But it is just good insights and good to sort of know. And sometimes it can flag things before you even realize it as well, if you're getting sick and stuff like that. So the plan is today to go to training. I'm going to training this morning. It's currently 7:40 and I'm going to leave in about 20 minutes. And then I've got an eyebrow appointment, and then I've got patients this afternoon. And then I've got an S&C session to get done as well. So if I have time after brows, I might try to squeeze it in before patients, but I think the chances are that I'm probably going to have to do it at the end of my day, which is fine. And then, yeah, it'll just be a matter of chilling out tonight, I think. Try and get a good night's sleep and an early night, cook a nice dinner, and go from there. The weather is so weird. But it is time to go to training. I'm really tired and can't hear me more than today. But these are the times when you're just going to show up. That's what I'm telling myself anyway. Consistency is key. I've just finished boxing training and that was, whoa, genuinely fucked. Like, so hard. Did 4 rounds of pads and then I did three 3-minute rounds of sparring with 30 seconds rest, which is like short. Usually we have a minute rest. And then I did like a fitness class, which went for like 45 minutes to an hour. And then another 3-minute rounds of sparring with 45 seconds rest. And I was against one of the boys who was just like fast, and it was really good. Like, I actually felt good. I definitely feel like I got peppered when it comes to sparring, but those are the rounds you want. You want to be like constantly tested and sparring people that are faster, stronger, better than you. So yeah, happy days. Now to head home, shower, and then get my brows done. Hello, I have just finished training and showered and I feel so much fresher. I ended up backing up the 2 sessions, which is good, but because like the cleaners were still in the house cleaning, so I didn't want to like be in their road and trying to shower in the bathroom and shit while they were still here. So I ended up going into the garage and doing my strength now. But like, I was just sweaty and gross and really, really craving a shower. So I feel a lot better now. And it was also hard backing up sessions, but having LCM bar in between, that is my new like current pre-training, inter-training obsession. And now I'm just making some lunch before I head and get my brows done. And then I'm back for a full afternoon of patients today, which will be fun and busy, but yeah. This is lunch. We've got Brussels, pumpkin, carrot, beef mince with some cheese, beetroot, and then lettuce underneath. This is what I was talking about yesterday, how I sort of like prepped some of the ingredients and then I just have to like construct it into a bowl today and then eat. So it makes a quick and easy lunch. Good morning and happy Wednesday. I have not long ago gotten up. And I'm about to head into the gym to do a bit of, actually I think it's like an assault bike power output test. So it shouldn't be ridiculously hard, but it will be hard because obviously it's maximal effort. And it's about testing how much basically like power, wattage you can put out in like short periods of time. And then that obviously gives us a bit of a benchmark to work on to train and things like that too. So excited to do that, but I'm just going to get ready now. And then spend most of the morning studying and catching up on uni stuff, to be honest, before I have some patients throughout the day. We are genuinely working out in the garage, so comfort is key this morning. I do think there's a lot to be said about like somewhat putting yourself together though. Even like when you work from home, train from home, whatever it is, just like getting yourself a little bit ready for the day. I think it just makes you like dial in a little bit more rather than just like rolling around in your pajamas. I think it's just like that act of mentally preparing yourself to get shit done. I've just finished up with this morning's clients, and now I am heading to meet a friend at a cafe. We just find that we get so much done when we are together and at a cafe and working, and I just feel like I need to get out of the house. So I am going through that. I've just had some lunch and then I'm heading straight there. Because honestly, like, working from home is great and I love my setup and I love like my structure and my routine and everything like that, but you can like very easily procrastinate and very easily like do nothing, particularly when it comes to lunchtime. Like, I very often will just like sit on the couch or end up like stuck in the scroll, or I'll watch an episode of Netflix or watch a YouTube video, and like, it's not a bad thing, but it's just not a very good use of my time, and I have a lot of things that I need to get done. So yes, heading to a cafe to get some work done, probably only really for about an hour or so, because then I have some more patients this afternoon. So yeah, busy week work-wise, but I really can't complain. And I'm also very, very lucky with my work and how flexible it is around boxing. Like, obviously I train quite a lot, so being able to work from home, work my own hours, fit patients in and around everything that I'm doing is so beneficial, because it's honestly, it would be very, very difficult to live if all I did was box full time, unless I made the transition to like complete professional boxing. And even then, it's not really until you're at like the very, very top end that you're able to live off any of the income you make. And that's just the reality of a lot of sport and a lot of sport for women. So yeah, obviously working, and I also thrive being a little bit busy. I do well when I have multiple things going on and have a distraction from boxing. If all I'm doing is boxing and all I'm doing is training, I find that quite repetitive. And look, there might come a time where things change, and I hope that boxing does get to a point where it can be more of a priority in my life. But until then, we'll just keep plodding away. Morning, and it's actually afternoon, but happy Thursday. I have been slack with filming because I went to training last night, and when I get home from training at night time, it's honestly really like quite late and I'm zapped and I completely forget to pick up the camera. So yeah, I trained last night. It was a hard but really good session, really enjoyed it. And then this morning I have pretty much done the same thing. I actually had a really slow morning, had coffee and breakfast in bed, and then I had training at 8:30. So I've trained, that involved basically a lot of pads and all boxing related stuff this morning. And then I went and met some friends at a cafe and just did a bit of a work stint then. I'm actually feeling a little bit under the weather. Like, I'm a bit clogged up and as though I might be getting sick. I'm not 100% sure, and I'm really hoping I'm not. But I'm going to head home, get a bit more work done, have a little bit of a chill, and then try and get my S&C session done that I have to get done today. And then I've got some patients this afternoon again, and then I'm done. And we are having steak for dinner, and I am so excited. So I'll probably bring you guys along for my gym session, the Savo. Overall, it's been a pretty hectic week training-wise. Training load has certainly been high, but we were due for like a real peak in load to get back into the swing of everything. So I'm not really like complaining. It's just a lot, and the body's a bit sore and a bit battered and bruised, but that is all part of it. But yeah, I think the plan is, in regards to next comp or next fight, is to fight hopefully next weekend. We'll just wait and see if there's someone obviously that I can get a match with and get a fight, but I'm keen to sort of fight every month for the rest of the year at least, leading up to Nationals in November, and just try and get as much ring time under my belt as I possibly can. So yeah, that is the plan, but just get through the rest of the day today because I am not feeling my most energetic or motivated self. But I think it's also probably a good thing to highlight is that honestly, very rarely am I like really motivated. Most of the time it's just about getting it done. I really find that having a structure and a plan is so helpful. So I try and plan out my week of training, and then it's honestly just a matter of ticking things off. If I was relying on motivation, I probably wouldn't get half of it done. So it's just about, yeah, having a plan, sticking to it, obviously knowing what you're working towards as well. So if you have a goal and you know that the plan
is aligned with that goal and the plan is going to, you know, help get you closer to it, then it makes it really easy, or makes it a lot easier to stay consistent and show up and get your sessions done. Because at the end of the day, the only person you're letting down when you don't get a session done, or you don't get whatever it is you said you're going to get done is yourself. So yes, a little bit of a motivational pep talk for your Thursday. I think I probably needed it myself, to be honest, because I can't be bothered. But yeah, I'm very excited for a steak tonight. To be honest, that is what is getting me through today. But I will chat to you guys shortly when I am in the gym. On the griddle. Oh, no. Jimbo's cooking up lots of potato, asparagus, capsicum, and then big old steak. Yay! Yay! Good morning, vlog. I have been slack over the weekend. As I was saying on, I think it was Thursday, I did actually get quite sick. So I was crook all weekend. So I didn't really do a whole lot of training. I ended up resting on Friday and Saturday, just trying to get my sort of like head and body right. And it's now Monday and I'm feeling much, much better. I'm still a little bit clogged, but I'm not feeling anywhere near as sick, which is very, very good. I'm gonna wrap this vlog up here. You pretty much got a whole week of my training. Aside from what I usually do is sparring on Saturday and then intervals on Friday, but I rested from those this week, so it's probably a very realistic training week when things don't go to plan, and that was the case this week, unfortunately, which sucks, and I can get in my own head about it sometimes and feel shit about the fact that I didn't get the sessions done, but sometimes you listen to your body and you gotta rest up, and that's what I did this weekend. So I am feeling much better for it now and just keen to get back into the swing of things this week. So I'm literally on my way to training now, but I'm gonna wrap this video up here. If you enjoyed this video, it would mean the world to me if you could like and subscribe. It obviously really supports my channel, and I will see you guys in the next video.